Hello, our friends. Welcome back to our studio. One more time, we are streaming again, and I'm delighted about it.
Me too. Hello, Tango friends from all over the world. We have more Milonga. That's what we are working on, and we are very excited to share all the information about Milonga so you feel more confident in the dance floor.
Yes, we're in preparation of Valentine's, so happy Thanksgiving. Happy Valentine's to all the lovebirds around the world who are celebrating. My love, here is for you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank
Mwah. I love you.
Me too.
All right, we get to work right away. We have so much. Yes. Oh, yes.
No.
Let's do it like this. Let's
No.
do it like this.
There you go.
Because you almost poked me in the eye.
No, it's dangerous.
Yes. No.
Dangerous.
Don't need the rose in the mouth.
Mejor
So
no
we
la-
have so much Milonga to pack in today's class that we need to get to work right away. As the title says it, this is Traspie in V. What does it mean? It means that this traspie is going to be on a diagonal movement. So you have to get in touch with your disassociation. All of us, lead and follow. For example, when you step back, it is nice and desirable to have a tendency to put your leg behind the other one. Not by too much, but have a tendency to bring your ischial bones closer, or to contract your hamstring a little bit so you easily cross behind. When you are prone to do this, it's very easy to move in a V, like this. If you walk with your leg very straight and you have two tracks, you separate your feet too much, then you end up zigzagging left and right. So when we dance tango or milonga, we try to have both of our tracks really close, so as we move seamlessly in a center line or very close to a center line. This movement begins after a side step, and the pre-requirements are that the dancers who are going to try this movement first spend some time practicing transitioning from the inside walking to the outside walking. When you are in an embrace with your partner, you can be lined up like this. Both shoulders are in front of each other, your nose is in front of your partner's nose, and you barely can see me right here. In this position, we walk with our right leg in front of our partner's left leg, and vice versa. As I walk forward, we lined up the left half of our body with her right side of her body. And when I walk with my right foot, I line it up with her left side. Then, for my partner, this is exactly the same. You see, Eva disappears behind me because we are absolutely in front of each other. This is what we call inside partner. Very good for when you walk in line. Now, sometimes you will want to step outside. So for that, it's better to be slightly offset. As you can see, my head is next to Eva's head, not in front of it. So the dancer has to make a slight adjustment and take a little wider, longer step than the partner. This allows you to walk outside your partner without kicking her toes.
Or knee.
No, or knee. Nobody likes to get kicked, so you have to avoid that as much as you can. Also, from the position in which you are, you might not be able to go forward, but you can definitely go diagonal. And this is what I'm telling you. If you can see Eva's here position, you can see how she's crossing this leg slightly behind. It does not require to be very angled, because if you go more than 45 degrees, you will need to pivot. And this is not what we want. We want a lateral movement. Now, I suggest that you spend some time before you go into this movement practicing, migrating from inside partner to outside partner. And if you're going backwards, go from outside partner to inside partner. And you can do this on both sides. You can do this to the open side of the embrace, the left side of the lead, and you can do this towards the closed side of the embrace or the right arm. So then we can identify 3 places, right in the center, towards the left, or towards the right. The migration between inside and outside is a 2-step operation because you are walking inside, you step diagonally, this is a transitional step, and then you are finally outside. If you go, let's say, towards the right, or the closed side of the embrace, you migrate on one, and then you're fully outside on the second step. Mm-hmm. You can also do it in the crossing step, as you cross away from your partner. Away from your partner. And this is what this requires. It requires that you will cross outside. Cross outside. And lastly, you have to keep attention to the frame, because your frame cannot be fixed to a position. You have to move your body, but keep your partner in the center track. Because if you move your hands and your frame with you to the left, your partner will move along. Therefore, you will not succeed at trying to make a difference, stepping to the side. So, you lock your hands in place with your partner and you move yourself. When you move back inside, you leave your hands in place and you bring your body. Mm-hmm. Now, you can do it in the opposite way. You can keep yourself centered and also move your partner outside you or bring her in front of you. But I leave that exploration up to you. There's really plenty to do in this subject, so you can spend a good time exploring this until you master it. And that will give you a lot of varieties in the positions in which you move. Mm-hmm. So, this movement has to be lateral. So I want you to think that there is an energy that pulls you towards your left side. You see, I'm moving to the side, and as I go to the left, I advance and I go back. I advance and I go back. My partner begins crossing back. And then we do a side step. Diagonally, together, back, and side. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Yes, let's do it the same.
Side, diagonal, together, transfer way, cross back, side step. Diagonal, together, transfer way, cross back, side step. It's a beautiful move. I do it all the time. Almost all the time. Now, something to have into consideration is the angle. It shouldn't be more than about 25 degrees, because if you cross behind too far, then you are hiding your leg behind the other one, and your partner is going to crush with your front leg, and that will be the end of it. So you want to, let's say I'm going to show you from this angle, right here. You see, you can still see my back leg. That means if my partner is here, she can clear my front leg and step parallel to me. Let's show them that part. After a side step, I step right there. And I keep my shoulders in place. I don't turn my shoulders. It's really counterproductive. If you turn your partner like this, she won't feel good at all.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Because you cannot disassociate your waist.
Yeah. What do you think about showing this pendulum that, for them to control how much they transfer their weight?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Yes. So the idea when you do that, as you do that, so you are going front, back, side, front, together, back. Because we are trying to achieve Milonga speed, it's very important that you don't go all the way on top of that foot, meaning I don't go completely here, and then I pull back and I'm completely there. What I do is I kind of leave a slightly weight, you see, my back that I shouldn't be able to hold. So when I step, I create that pendulum in my body. And the same when I go back. So, for example, if I do 1, 2, same thing, it's like I'm falling. I don't get completely on top of the leg. So the next exercise that Patricio and I do usually for you to do it in your house is starting first, stepping, changing, recognizing you are completing your axis, back, complete your axis, front, completely, back, and then we are going to go a little bit faster, so you don't go completely there. Boom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like my feet moves under myself, but I don't necessarily put my entire body on top of the foot.
This technique is very useful for back ochos or front ochos. As you are forward, you're leaning back. As you're back, you're leaning forward. That way you cancel the centrifugal force, not centrifugal force, but the swing, the energy. So you end up staying in the middle at the speed of a fast milonga.
And this is very important for milonga. You are trying to achieve that timing, which is fast. So you need to play with the idea of not really getting completely on your axis. Yeah?
If you're dancing tango, you go forward, straight up in your axis, back, straight up in your axis. You got a lot of time. So gravity is what calls the shots right here. You stand up straight in your axis, then you push. You have time. You have to fill up the space, time space between beats. But when you're doing it on a quick dance, you cannot transfer the weight so many times. It will be exhausting. And what we're trying to do here is to be effective with the use of our energy. So you are better off keeping your weight more center. So going for an extension of your legs, keep your center of gravity in the middle, so then you move your body less with all of that it implies.
Yes.
Let's tell people how they can do, what they can do to help us stay on the air here in this platform, because we are very happy to share our tango with you, but we need your support.
Yeah, all of you out there, we appreciate a lot your donations. You know, you can donate to Venmo, PayPal. You are seeing it right there, and you can also go to the descriptions in the video and click in the link if you want to go and donate. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Yes, you can make a donation of any amount. It can be $5, $10, $20, $50, $100 if you feel especially generous. We really appreciate your support, and we appreciate your communication as well. We received message from people in Canada this week. I've been contacting some people in Canada, Austria, also Mexico. So we have viewers from all over the world. We are already over 1,300 subscribers, and that is beautiful. So if you cannot donate, please help us get more visibility. You can tell your friends about our videos. You can share our videos in social media platforms. You can like it. You can comment. Nice comments, please. We get some nasty comments every once in a while, too. All right. I think we should dance.
I think so.
Because we already explained quite a bit of these techniques.
Yes.
And we should do a demonstration before we move on. So what is that we're going to do? I'm going to start dancing. I'm going to start with Milonga Lisa. Okay?
Yes.
Because this can be done without a syncopation, and it's nice that you go progressively on this and you give yourself time to practice this. So forward, together, cross back, side. 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 You see, I'm going slightly across like this without pivoting, but I keep my shoulders flat, I would say, in a lateral direction. Cross in front. Bring my feet together, and here make sure you make your partner transfer. So there's a little bridge to cross between hips, and then you hide your right leg behind your body like this, and this diagonally is enough. Then you bring your feet together, side, and then you begin again. Milonga.
Criolla o vieja milonga?
You are the DJ today, so
No. Which one you prefer? I have the music here. Which one you want to dance first? The first one?
yes.
Okay.
Milonga criolla, la reina de las canciones que alivian de amor las penas y alegran los corazones. El encanto de mi ritmo juguetón fascina y en él se encierra toda el alma de mi tierra, de mi Argentina, tierra de amor. Al rezongar el bandoneón, un milongón criollo, las pretensiones porteñas de otra canción con mi compás arroyo. Y no hay mujer que de un varión resista el embrollo cuando se baila corazón a corazón y una milonga
You know, people call me a stage dancer, and I used to get angry when they say that. But you know, I think they're right, because I like to crank it up. I crank up the bass, and I just sometimes put a little bit of energy, like a stage energy in it.
Stage energy.
So we have to accept what we are.
Yeah.
Thank you for that nice entrada. Bum.
Cool.
When I first learned this, I was doing it every night at a performance at a place, Casablanca in Argentina, San Telmo. I was 20 years old, and I was under the tutoring of my maestro, Juan Carlos Copes. And I used to fall off a couple of times a week. And I went, Maestro, please help me with this. I keep falling, and it's so embarrassing. It's the end of the song. And I had a weak ending here. And he told me, first put your leg, then transfer your weight. So it's important that when you're going to lift your partner onto your hip, you put your leg ahead, then transfer your weight to it. You're strong there. And I was actually throwing my weight off, falling past it. So keep that in mind, guys.
Yeah, that's good. Good advice.
Yes, and I fixed it like that. It's the experience, you know.
Yep.
All right, so we did two varieties of them. We did them on the beat, more elegant. Ba-di-ba-da-ba-da, ba-di-ba-da-ba-da, da-da-ba-dum, ba-ba-dum, ba-di-ba-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-ba-da. So then it goes quick,
1,
quick,
2, 3.
slow, slow. Quick, quick, slow, slow. Quick, quick, slow, slow. But it can also be connected. So I was making a reference a moment ago about going back, transfer the weight of the follow from one foot to another, and then leading her forward. If the follow stands nicely, she will put her feet slightly away and then collect in between steps. This way you can understand that you are standing on this hip or on the right hip, as if you are with the center between your legs. Not so much your toes together, otherwise as your partner moves you to one side or the other, you actually move your head to the side, and once you're leaning, you will want to open the leg. So the secret here is to have a little bit of a wide stand, and then collect, transfer your weight to the other, this, and that has an element of beauty in it, and an element of styling. As you can see, Eva, she has a chance to contract the outside part of her toes or her foot. Right here, see this contraction on the outside? As if you're lifting your toes and you're beveling your foot at an angle. I think this is beautiful. See, that is very desirable. And that's how wide your weight transfer is and how you can play with your ankles in between. Is that right?
Yes, that's
so,
right.
as the follow puts her toes slightly here, she will get this weight transfer and move the hips a little bit. Now, I want to also show up a close-up of the angle in which we do this. We go side. I walk wider here, 20 degrees, feet together, and then my partner walks right there. Let's show them this way. Here. You see, my partner doesn't kick my leg. If I leave her out right there, she steps through. Or worst, she will kick me here. So, that's something to keep in mind. Leads, the angle of your V. See, it's not a very wide V. It's skinny and long. For you, it's kind of like an arrow point. For the follow, it's more like a V, because everything has to do with your point of view. Now, coming back to it, we're talking about B. So we go back, transfer way, forward, transfer way. Back, transfer way, forward, transfer way. Back, transfer way, forward, transfer way. So the follow will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We eliminate
All
the
quick.
side step.
Yes, and at that point,
It becomes just a weight change.
and at that point, this has to go. There's a kind of like a little uplift. So, shall we do them? Shall we do them? Side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Like a sewing machine. Tuck, 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 tuck.
So
How about we dance this? So we show this in action.
yeah, let's do that.
reminds me of El Indio and Mariana Dragone at Plaza Dorrego when you used to dance there. Eva started her dance career a long time ago dancing out at the street. There was a fair, fair. Yeah, a fair.
Yeah, it is a fair.
It's a fair and a pig's fair and a flea market in Plaza Dorrego. All of you who visit Buenos Aires have to stop there. It's open every Sunday. And there are street performers, local food, antiques. Beautiful place. And I remember, Eva,
25 years ago.
25 years ago, you were a little girl.
Yes, I was.
And she was performing on Sundays there all day.
There's another
For
couple.
donations.
Yeah, and was another couple. They were, at that time, El Indio and Mariana, and they, every Sunday, dance. That was one of the songs they danced.
And you used to dance with Leonardo.
With Leonardo Oviedo, sí. So, but this reminds me as well of Plaza Dorrego.
Your origins.
My tango beginnings.
Yes, your origins.
Yes, a
All
lot
right.
of fun.
My love, it's time to finish.
Okay, it's time to finish then.
Yes.
But just till next week, because we see you again next week. So in 7 days, we are going to be
We
back.
meet again with more Milonga for rookies and not so rookies because this is going really fast.
Yeah, it's good. They can practice. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks again.
Bye, guys.
Mwah.
Take care.